I don't recommend that you try to remember any formulas to do your simple interest calculations. Just look at the situation and work it out. Alright? Usually the questions that you get don't probably go beyond 3 payments. Alright? You would use a formula if there's a question which a large number of payments, for example 15 payments, you have a certain rate of interest per year for 15 years. It would be inconvenient to be working out 1 year at a time, so you'd use a formula for that, but I don't believe you would get that kind of question in your exam. Alright, the first few years would be enough, but let us look at an example of a situation where we can use to see where they get the simple interest formula from. We don't want to just have the formula down and trust it. Alright, so let us say, for example, $10,000 is invested for say 3 years at 10% per annum. You want to find out what is the total interest that you earn from it. Alright, so you have this as a situation. In year 1, you have your $10,000. Alright, now at the end of year 1 you get an interest of 10% per annum. How much do you get? It's 10% of $10,000, which is $1,000. Alright, good. So what you're saying here really is that the interest earned is the $10,000, the principal. Well, I'd put the rate in front, but the $10,000 time. Alright, let me follow this pattern. The rate 10% over 100 multiplied by the principal. Okay, good. So that's what happens throughout year 1. Year 2 now. What happens throughout year 2? You start out with the same $10,000. It's simple interest. So it's a fixed deposit. You don't touch the $10,000. It is fixed. $10,000. But here, at the end of year 2, you get 10% off $10,000, which is $1,000. Alright, so again what you have is the rate of 10%. Let's put it generally as R, the rate, over 100 multiplied by the principal, $10,000. So you multiply by the principal. What happens in year 3? Year 3, you still have your $10,000. Remember, each time they give you $1,000, they don't go back into the account and add it. They give it to you. You can have them put it in a new account or write you a check, right? You start out year 3 with the $10,000. But how much interest do you get? The interest, let me put INT here. INT, the interest equal, the interest that you get equals 10%. 10 of 100 times $10,000. So you get one. This is 10,000. Let me just put the comma. So basically you get $1,000. All right, $1,000 for the first year's interest, $1,000 for the second year, $1,000 for the third year. So again, you have the rate of interest, which is 10% divided by 100 times the principal of 10. Well, just put principal there, general. So the principal is the initial amount of money you invested. How much money did you get in total? You get in total interest, you get 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000. So everything adds up to $3,000 in interest. You got $3,000 in interest. So when you add up everything, the interest amounts to $3,000. Good. Let's look over here. You have rate over 100 by time principal. Then you have rate over 100 times principal. Rate over 100 times principal. It's the same thing repeating itself. And you have it 3 times. So the total now, all of this comes up to what? Let's put rate divided by 100 times principal. But there are 3 of them, so you multiply by 3. But 3 is the number of payments, the number of years. So let's say you have payment each year and there are 3 years. So the number of years passed is the time, so you have T for time. So it is really the rate over 100 times principal times time. So the interest that you get in total, in some cases, some books, website or so might say it is a principal. You just put this in front, doesn't really matter. Multiply by rate, multiply by time over 100. But you can't put everything over 100. So it's PTR or PRT over 100. That's a simple interest formula. So we have a simple interest formula. Basically the interest INT, the total interest you get amounts to PRT over 100. Principal times rate times time over 100. Sometimes you might see it put as PTR over 100. Same thing, alright? So in that case, we have our simple interest formula here. Okay, so that's it for this video. I'll see you later.